I'd like to tell you about my brand new book. It's called Reaching Austin, Establishing an Apostolic Church in a Postmodern City. It tells the story of how my wife and I went to Austin 30 years ago. We started a church in our home, went to a first building to seat 300, a second building to seat 600, and finally a third building to seat about 1,000. We grew the church to about 1,000 in constituents, and we also started 16 daughter works during our time there. The total number of churches today from that original foundation, either starting as daughter works or sending a pastor to a small church, is right at 23 with about 2,000 constituents. And this is in a city that's not the Bible Belt. Only 10% of Austin's population claim to be evangelical Christians, which means they believe the Bible is the Word of God. But yet God helped us to establish a church that believes the oneness of God, the new birth experience, the life of holiness, with a total constituency among all the churches of about 2,000 believers. And so I felt like this was a testimony that should be shared in our day to say, yes, it can be done. There are many stories of healing, deliverance, winning people from all kinds of lifestyles and backgrounds, from Catholic to Protestant to agnostic, Muslim, Buddhist, Pentecostal background, charismatic background. I think you'll be inspired by the wonderful testimonies, by the miracles of God. And if you're interested in starting a church, or maybe interested in growing a church, either as a pastor or a lay leader, then I believe there's some principles and practical examples that will help you as well. So I encourage you to go to pentecostalpublishing.com. That's the website of the Pentecostal Publishing House, and you can obtain a hard copy. I wanted to give a record of the establishing of the church in its first 18 years, and we do have a lot of information, statistics, and examples, but I also wanted to provide inspiration so that the average reader could enjoy wonderful testimonies, much like the book of Acts, of what God is doing in our world today. And I want to inspire all of us to pursue the gifts, the callings, the ministry that God has given us. We can do it, even though we live in a post-Christian culture, a secular age. We can still see the miracles of the first century in an apostolic church like the first century in our world today.